specialized Creo. It's one big
Dzisiejsze wideo zaczynamy od wykresu nawodnienia. Wypijaj wystarczającą ilość wody, aby oddawać czysty, przejrzysty mocz 10 razy dziennie. Spożywaj dietę bogatą w owoce i warzywa. Wypijaj litr wody pomiędzy posiłkami. Dziękuję. I pamiętaj, nie opierdalaj się.
Can't even see the sun's. Oh, this glare is good. Anyway, this is a specialized Creo. It's one big shiny carbon e-bike, and it rides very nicely. I'm gonna go bang it up Green Hill Road. I've got my Brighton on there. I'm gonna try and get the KOM. I'm not sure exactly what the KOM is. I look on. I think like maybe one local. I think maybe Chris Harper maybe has the KOM. Local rider, doing very well at the moment. I put money on Chris Harper for the or Richie Port, those two riders for the TDU backup edition, which is going to happen in a few weeks here in Adelaide, Australia. Unfortunately, TDU is cancelled for 2021. This is insane. What's happening in the world? What's going on? Anyway, e-bikes of the future. This is what all the pros are going to be riding soon for pacing tools. Predict it now instead of breathing in toxic moped fumes. You know, up Green Hill Road, you can sit behind an e-bike. It's a lot safer. It's much better for your lung quality, breathing. What's the point of doing VO2 max intervals behind a motorbike when you can draft behind an e-bike? I'm going to see though if this e-bike is good enough to do world tour watts per kilo up Green Hill Road, which is about a 12k climb here in Adelaide, South Australia. It's definitely favoured as a motor pacing climb, but we're going to do it on the e-bike and see how we can go. How fast can I go? Yeah, can I go faster than the world tour rider? Can I go faster than Contador? Can I go faster than Lance? Can I go faster even than Cookie Man, who would probably help the KOM on this on his magic cookie watts per kilo? Anyway, that's the banter. This is the bike. Let's get going. Back we've got a Praxis branded alloy crank. It's a 1 by what size chain is that? It's like 46 maybe. On the back here looks like almost a 40. It's got the GRX. The GRX on there. Is that 10 speed? 1, 2, 3. It shifts really good. The GRX shifts really good. Like DT Swiss wheels, just a standard spoke, so no fuss there. DT Swiss hub, fantastic. Got some Shimano Hydro disc brake. They work. I think disc brakes for e-bikes, great idea because these are about 15 kilos, so the extra weight, the disc brakes can help with that. But yeah, I'll put it with my seat post and seat in there. It's got a future shock, bit of suspension there. Not a bad idea for the sort of market this bike's going. It's sort of like a gravelly road bike. It rides very smoothly. It rides very stable. It rides nice. You know, the GRX setup feels really secure in the hand. The future shock, you know, it feels good, but again, proprietary issues down the track potentially. You know, who knows? Specialized are pretty good with warranty, but what about 10 years or 5 years down the track? You know, a lot of specialized product, a lot of epics, etc. It's like you're on your own. Thanks for coming. This, I've had a few specialized e-bikes, and they feel really good. This one looks a little bit, if you've got an issue, looks pretty easy to drop out, warranty, etc. But again, down the track, is this just another landfill bike? You know, I mean, a lot of people don't think that. But when I'm selling a product or releasing a product, I'm always like, is this going to be sustainable? You know, can you get parts down the track? So, other than that, it rides very nicely, very smooth. The power sensations feel great. Yeah, so far in terms of e-bike road style, this is definitely going to be on the short list. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's go hit the climb. Okay, so I've just checked the KOM on the 7.1 section, which is generally the sort of test section. It's 1738. If you can ride under 1738, you can get a world tour contract, pretty much, and that's what happened for Chris Harper. So if you can beat Chris Harper's time to get a world tour contract, that's pretty much it. You know, it's pretty much it. I'm going to see if I can get a world tour contract riding this bike. I'm lean enough, I look pro, but somehow I don't think I'll have the watts per kilo. Let's see if Specialized can help us out. I deleted my Instagram account. Let's see if I can help me get a world tour contract. We're here in beautiful Adelaide, eastern suburbs, where all us yuppies live. Alright, so I'll load this ride to Strava. Obviously I'll delete it, because it's not fair to do it on an e-bike, but just to give us the idea. We've got power on here. We don't need power because I'm riding an e-bike. Speed, lap time. We'll look at the lap time. I've got to average 25k an hour. Well, about 24.6k an hour. So as long as I stay over that average, I'll be good to go. Okay. Also want to know if I don't get the KOM, it's going to be pretty embarrassing that I'm on an e-bike. I'm this lean. If I can't get the KOM on an e-bike, I'll be getting shamed for the rest of my YouTube career. Let's see if I can get it. So this is the cockpit. This is what it looks like when you're looking down. You've got one between your legs. It's a bit of a BB area there. It's pretty wide Q factor. This is how you turn this thing on. So we press the button down here. Okay, oh yeah, there we go. And that's okay. So it's on the full charge. That's 1, 2. We're going to put it on turbo because we're running out a bit of time. So here we go, 3. So this is full turbo. Also want to test out how long the battery life is. So I'm just going to go max it. We're just going to max it out the whole way up. And so that's pretty intuitive. So thumbs up to Specialized for making it pretty intuitive. But again, you know, all this internals inside, you know, logistics, diagnostics, who knows how durable it'll be. But for intuitive, easy to learn, we'll give it a thumbs up. Another thing is that it's really bad winds today in terms of trying to do a KOM. It's southeasterly. If you're trying to do a fast time, PR, whatever, I mean, you can do PR watts into any winds, but if you're going for the PR time wise, you want a northwester or a strong westerly. You don't want southeaster. So it's good conditions. The air quality is really good. It's good on the lungs. That's also important. But yeah, the wind direction is totally wrong. So if I don't get the KM, I'll use that as an excuse. That's a pretty lame excuse, isn't it? I'm on an e-bike. Alright, let's get it going. I want to say this shifting is exceptional. This is like looks like an El Cheapo cassette. What sort of chain we got in there? Just a, you know, El Cheapo Shimano chain. It works really good. It's incredible. It's like, wow. This might be the best shifting I've ever experienced on Shimano. It's still got these little rubber things that sort of eventually wear out, but this shifting is, wow. That's, whoever built this bike, I don't know what's going on, it's got some magic shift. It's incredible. I just had to stop and comment. Wow. It's like Di2 quality shifting. It's incredible. I can't believe it. It's amazing. We've got South Australia on there, excuse the mechanic fingernail. South Australia, it's 11-speed Shimano chain. It is a, wow, it's a HG601 chain, and it shifts incredible. Good shifting is a properly aligned derailleur. It's got a perfectly non-bent hanger, so that's if your shifting's ever out, often it's your cable housing or primarily your derailleur hanger's been bent. So make sure you never park your bike. If you lean against the wall, lean it left side and lean it on an angle so the bike doesn't fall over in the wind or the cat's trying to take a piss on your bike and knocks it over. You know, you don't want a cat piss bent rear hanger. How about straight? Good to go. You can probably bend that little bad boy around like that. There we go. Keep him out of this one. We got the contract. I reckon we just missed out. I'll go to upload to Strava to be sure it doesn't. The motor's not that strong. Again, it's lightweight. Looks like it's good ride time, but it's not ready for the world tour as a pace bike. The crazy thing is you could spend $19,000 on the Founders Edition and you're going to get dropped by some fast roadies, potentially me if I'm in form, which I'm not at the moment. But today's conditions are really bad. I think with better wind conditions we could have got the world tour contract. Today was really strong southeaster for Green Hill Road, but I did expect to I've taken my turbo up here in 2014 and just back when Rowan Dennis had the KOM, and I just obliterated that on the Turbo S, which almost chewed the battery up just one run. And that one's, I mean, how many runs could we do up there? Granted, I was going pretty hard then as well. I was giving it a lot of watts. I was probably averaging, I reckon, 295 to 305 watts average based on my perceived effort there. So my PR watts up there, I could probably do maybe 350 on a good day. So with good training, so maybe a mid 19 I could probably do PR wise, good conditions with another rider maybe. But yeah, so for me, I wouldn't buy one of these. I prefer a faster e-bike. Again, this is limited because we're in Australia, you know. So is it Specialized fault? Not technically. It's the Australian rule, 25k an hour. You can smoke cigarettes in front of your kids, hold a baby in one arm, cigarette in the other, in your mouth, but you can't ride an e-bike over 25k an hour. That's illegal, guys. Okay, kids, you're watching, smoke around kids, no worries, mate, no worries. Ride an e-bike 25k, it's got to do it. Sell cars that do 250k an hour, no worries, mate. Why are we selling cars that do 200, over the speed limit? But an e-bike, let's restrict that. Let's not have people riding more bikes now. This bike would come alive if it could do 35k an hour, if it had a bit more guts to it. But again, for the average person who's going to buy this bike, they're not raving lunatic like myself. They're going to be maybe getting into fitness, and this is going to be a great bike for that. It's very comfortable, it's super stable, looks like it's got a good battery life, so it's going to be a good bike. It's an e-bike, a tepid, calm, enjoy the view e-bike. It's not for going, pacing the world tour riders, etc. So other than that, it does ride very nicely. The motor's whirring sounds, it's not as silent as the turbo back in the day, but it seems to probably have a bit more durable motor life in there. But like anything electric though, you're going to have problems at some point. And then, can you get parts? How much do the parts cost? Warranty, all that faffing around. How long does it take with servicing delays and all that faff? For me to make this bike better, I would like the motor more powerful, and for me, I would get rid of this thing, because I can just see problems with that little collar under there. I'm just like, I just think of Paris-Roubaix stem failures. Not saying that would happen. For the average rider, it's going to be totally fine. But if you're doing, hardcore stuff on it, depends on your riding style. I think for the average rider riding this bike, you're probably going to be fine. That's just me being super transparent, showing what I think. Otherwise, the wheels feel really good. The brakes work good. The gears, the GRX group set works fantastic. Not the lightest out there, but again, this isn't a weight weenie bike, it's an e-bike. But yeah, $19,000 for the Founders Edition. that's taking the piss. But hey, they're specialised, and if they weren't taking the piss, they wouldn't be specialised in 2021. So we made up top of Mount Lofty. Ooh, it's not even hot. It's not even hot. A little bit warm, but not even hot. Battery. We're going to have to give it a 10 out of 10 for battery life so far. That's only 1 bar. On the old turbo, it would have almost chewed the whole thing. But gang, I don't think we've got a World Tour contract. It was cutting out like 21, 22k an hour. It was just really pigging along, even at 19k an hour. So it doesn't have the guts. It doesn't have the guts of the original turbo, which is quite interesting for the price point. 12 grand Aussie. I was expecting a World Tour contract with that, but no avail. Alright, it's beautiful. The bike descends. I've just been going down Green Hill. Didn't go full tilt in my bike, but I still got a little bit of a rep, and it does feel nice. It descends very confident, inspiring. Who's this bike really going to be for? It's going to be for the person who's maybe, I think I mentioned it before in the video, just an exploring bike, cruise, an e-bike assist. It's very calm, and it's not a high hematocrit bike, but it's a great bike for just cruising around. You want some e-assist and just going to explore and stuff like that. It's going to be good for that. But I am very curious actually how far this bike could go, because I'll show you in a sec. Look at that. What's going on here? That's does that mean I can do? So I got 1 down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That mean we can do 7 laps of Green Hill Road. That'd be pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That's interesting. So again, if you want to work on your fitness, this bike will help you with that. It's not just like a sit on and blast sort of bike. So yeah, but for the money, I would expect a bit more power. But that's my critique. You have to test ride, then decide. That's what I recommend. Test ride. Take one for a demo ride. If it vibes with you, get it. If it doesn't, don't get it. There you go. Test ride, then decide. Here now, I'm going to go for walkies. A mate of mine, Dan, had a big crash here a few weeks ago in his canyon. Rear tyre blowout, bang, 70k an hour, bang, over the barriers, in hospital. Dan's a very, very experienced rider, probably one of the most experienced riders in Australia, I'd say. Like, he's a single speed, fixie courier, extreme skills. But again, rear wheel blowout, boom. So if Dan's crashing, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen some I was about to say, not hilarious, horrendous crashes here on Green Hill Road. So that's another thing, man. Like, it's fun, man. I love blasting down hills. I know this hill like the back of my hands. You know, I could go for the Karen or whatever, but it's just like the risk, man. The risk. I know this road so well, you know, but the risk, you know, the risk. All you need is some unattentive undercar driver not paying attention or whatever, you know, or a kangaroo and a kid. I say the kid is crossing here. Like, it's just the risk. What's the risk, man? What's the reward there? So anyway, that's just the deal. It's a racetrack tonight. It's a racetrack then, Virginia Road. Gee. You get some speed cameras up, you make a bit of coin. But yeah, that's the reality. That's the deal. The Creo, it's a step in the e-bike world. Definitely, like I said, maybe 6 years ago when I made the video on the Specialized Turbo. Damn. Well, fuel mix is a bit off. Well, 6 years ago I made the video about the Specialized Turbo, and I said this is the future. And when I got to test ride that Turbo Specialized S, I bought it. So I went up the hill, went back, and I'm like, alright, this is going to be a good motor pacing bike. Sold. I bought it. This Creo, it doesn't give me that same sort of emotion. But yeah. So, but again, it might give you the emotion. Alright? So this is not the bike for me, but it might be the bike for you. Leave some comments, questions down below, and see if we can go catch that Subaru Forester. There's Adelaide, ain't she pretty? Bit of golden hour lighting, and yeah, paint quality, it's pretty good. I think I know where this factory's based out of, but I can't say too much here. But yeah, the quality of the car, the ride quality, we'll just say it again, the ride quality does feel good. Bars feel good. This little hopper bar, bit extra stack height there. These are very confidence inspiring. You know, it's like the bikes now these days are built for the brand new rider. You know, you got bikes built for races, but even the race bikes these days are built for the relatively new rider. They're very comfortable, very, very stable. The ride quality is confidence inspiring, and interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I would like to see them make a model without the little head shock thingy. A bit more durability there. Oh no shit! Danny boy! We found your glasses, mate! Oh, no way! No way! Racetrack, Oakley's. How you doing? Wow, that's crazy. Dan had the big crash, lost his sunnies. Google Maps, he told me where it was. I said, next time I'm up here, I promise I'll look for you. And it's a few weeks ago. And I was coming up here today, I was like, oh man, this is where Dan had his crash. So, not too bad. Stay safe out there, gang. Stay safe out there. If you lose something, never give up. So we're back home, just got in the garden, and got a beautiful gum tree in my back garden if you don't fall down on the bike. The wheels, they feel really good. They feel very stable, they feel very lightweight, they roll nicely. DT Squish, they just put out a good product there. This is the R470 DB, and yeah, it goes pretty good. The cassette, the gears just changed incredibly well. Shimano have done well with this setup. The mechanic who built this bike has done well. Yeah, it goes good. Wow, the gears very smooth, very nice. The Maxxis Rambler did a little bit of gravel, sort of a popular tubeless ready tyre. It's got a standard seat post clamp on there, so easy to, that's really good, non-proprietary, 27.2, good to go. Beautiful, beautiful day on the bike here. Can't get over how good this GRX feels. Fantastic. These are popular. If you ever do these, I did these back in the 90s, a little ice cream cake thingy, NOS, we used to call them NOSes. These wipe your vitamin B12 levels, alright? So if you're gonna, I don't recommend doing them because they can be very dangerous, but kids, if you are going to do that stuff, make sure you're doing B12 as well, because this, you know, any anesthesia or nitrous oxide, etc., NOS, what do you want to call them, can just wipe your serum B12, causing your brain health issues. So keep that in mind. Anesthesia, and this stuff, just wipe your B12, serum B12 levels, so B12 injections are the go. But just don't even do this stuff, it's just stupid anyway. Stuff you do when you're back in the 90s. So this is the segment here. I'll delete this data because obviously it's an e-bike, not fair to keep up, but we'll just to show comparison. So we're going to get the World Tour contract today, 1738. Chris Harper, World Tour rider. Michael Freeberg, 1750. Could have been a World Tour rider. Brendan Kearney was a World Tour rider. Reese, he's burnt out. Carl, he's vegan, still kicking on. Kellen O'Brien, he's got a pretty quick time up. That's on a heavy bike. That's not a Cervelo S5, so you could probably put him. Oh, gee, actually, wow, Kellen O'Brien. If he had a lighter bike, he might get a KOM. So he might 1817. Mike Woods, World Tour Pro. Daniel, got a lot of potential. He's on a Cannondale. Dan Potter, this guy is also. He could even be related to Kellen O'Brien because they're both riding quite heavy bikes, and that time that was done today in the wind was pretty average. So I think Dan Potter is also going to be moving up there, leapfrogging. If you could sort of light a bike, him and Kellen should get on Facebook Marketplace and get some light bikes because those guys have got some pretty supernatural potential in 2020. So there you go, that's the deal. I'll delete that right there. So get it. And this is an interesting one. This is today I did 432 on the Creo. Go down here, my PR is 344. 344. And for the record, vegan, Callum, Anthony, vegan, myself, vegan, Carl, vegan, Gruff-ish, vegan, Jackson, I'm not sure, Joe and Cameron, vegan. So this is a bit of a vegan, top of the mountain there, quite random. But there you go. So that's my best ever time on my normal racing bike, 344, because it's over 27k an hour. So the Creo with the higher speed climbs, it's not going to do that good up there. But it would be, I think if I was a bit lighter and put on maybe some lighter tires, we could maybe break into the World Tour as a potential World Tour pacing bike. Again, you could also tweak the motor, but you'd be avoiding the warranty. So I think the best bike for World Tour pacing for training would be just a standard Bafang 750 watt. Otherwise, yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper as well. A lot cheaper. Battery life. The Creo though was pretty good, wasn't it?